Okay folks, just want to give everybody a quick update on what's going on. Got the trunk finished as good as I could get it, and it's not a perfect match, but it is a better match than the fender. So we're going to work on the fender a little bit more. You know, of course it's like anything else. As you do something, you're going to get a little better at it. I think the back deck lid looks a lot better than this. I think it's a little bit light, and this might be a little bit dark, but it don't matter. We're just going to keep playing with this fender. We don't have to strip it down or nothing, just keep right on going over it. It's not a big deal. Put about 50 miles, well, I'm sorry, probably put about 100 miles on this car since I've stuck it together, and me and my wife have, you know, taken a few rides in it, and pretty neat. Still need to lower the front end, still got to fix the exhaust leak on the downpipe. Still need to build a carburetor. I did change carburetor. I was going to use the Ford, the Motorcraft carburetor that was on it, but the kit they sent me had the wrong accelerator pump in it. Kind of aggravated me because I already had carburetor part. So I just threw an Edelbrock on it, and the idle circuit's not right in it, so I'll tear it down and put a kit in it. I actually have kits for them. And anyway, had a guy on Facebook that put a set of lights on Facebook Marketplace, and I went and bought them, and I like them. They're spotlights, but they're not the old ones that go in the corner of the window. They actually come off a fire truck. They're flat, and so I figured I'd maybe a wrecker, or I would definitely want to put one on my boat. And adjustable, nice spotlights. You put these on Facebook Marketplace for $10 a piece, and they're Unity. They're good lights. And I happened to be driving this old car when he messaged me, and I met him at the post office in Cameron and got him. So I had some issues with my knobs, getting my knobs. Eckler, I dealt with Max for years. Max Auto Parts. I think they're up in New York. They sell Ford parts, Model T parts, stuff like that. I dealt with them. I really liked them. I had no idea that a company called Eckler's have bought them out. They have a place in New York, Georgia, and a place in Florida. And after I ordered the knobs, about 10 days after I ordered them, you know, I'm looking, you know, wondering where they're at, and I find out that they hadn't shipped them. So anyway, I called them the third time we finally got something figured out, but the first two times they kept telling me they was processing. The third time they told me my order didn't go through. So kind of made me mad. I went on and I looked online and found out that on Yelp they've got 22 bad reviews and maybe one good review. But anyway, went to Better Business Bureau and just to check it out, because I was worried about, you know, the fact I gave them my credit card information. Turns out they've got 38 different complaints on Better Business Bureau. So it's called Eckler's. I don't recommend anybody buying from them just because of the issues. So I went to eBay and searched for the knobs, and you know, unfortunately Eckler's come up again. So I ended up buying them from another company in California. So I've got all the knobs coming. I haven't ordered my dome light cover yet. I ordered it the first time with Eckler's, but I never got it, and that's the way it goes. And let me see. Okay, we'll be doing a first start on this one very soon. We're probably going to, I got to looking really hard. I think somebody has actually put a piece of metal in this floor, and I think maybe that's why they bought these new floorboards. So we'll probably end up maybe sticking some floorboards in it. We're doing the rockers maybe. Just, you know, I say this probably every time, but I just want to do the stuff that, you know, most people wouldn't want to do. The brake systems on these cars, these particular cars are expensive. This thing is probably $500, $550 to do the brakes on it. New master cylinder, wheel cylinders. There's 2 wheel cylinders per wheel on the front. So we may tear it down and look at it, see if it's worth rebuilding. I can actually, I mean, I can sleeve these wheel cylinders if I have to. The front one's kind of rough because they're one-sided. They don't go all the way through like a rear, you know, like a single one. So we'll see how that works out. But we'll do something with this thing. We'll at least start it up and see if it'll move around and drive around. But this week on this old tar, we got a Goodyear Super Cushion, and I don't know what size it is. All right, it's a 4-ply 670/15, and it's got a little tread left on her. Probably get about 40,000 to 50,000 more miles out of that one. big wide 4-inch white wall, and rim's in pretty good shape, just needs dusted. And nice tire, hey? So anyway, we'll see what happens with this thing. Show you what we've done on the U-Haul. Okay, we're slowly getting the U-Haul stripped down. I used some parts off of it for my other truck, windshield wiper motor, heater, motor. We pressure washed the engine. We've got it covered up and need to get it started, fired back up so we can find out where any oil leaks are. I know the oil cooler's leaking. I think maybe somebody ran it with the cap off. I've seen this happen before. When the cap's off, it's right in the center, right above the timing gears, and they like to blow oil out and get all over the firewall and stuff. So we've cleaned everything off to make sure and see what the issue is. There's no blow-by on this engine. It's actually really, really good. But we're going to find all the leaks before we pull it out. I've taken the steering gear box off. Mine's leaking a little bit around the shaft for the Pitman arm, so we'll swap it out. This thing was dry as can be. You know, no rush on that. And as you can see, this thing had bad kingpins in it. But anyway, we'll get all that figured out and get it apart. The air ride, this thing's been sitting here for, I believe about a week and a half. And the airbags are still up. So everything's in really good shape there. And this is going to go into my 4-door truck, not the other International, but the top kick. So that's what we're going to do with that. All right, this. Plans for this is to change the grill to the Farmall grill. I'm going to straighten that out some, put it on. I'm going to change the windshield. I want it straight up and down, and I don't want these curves. It looks like a dune buggy windshield. We're going to try to make it look like a, you know, a 20s or 30s model windshield. And, you know, I think we can do that, and then we're going to put real glass in it. And I also am going to change transmission to a 5-speed. And the reason I'm doing that is it's a 3-speed that's in it. But the shifter's on this side, and somebody has made a bracket on top of the shifter or off the shifter, welded it on or whatever, to go over to come out the passenger side. And most of you, if anybody that knows these aftermarket 3-speed shifters, don't shift that good to start with. So then you add a bracket running over, it's got to be 8 inches or more, all the way over to there. And then up, you know, you just got a mess. So shifting it's not easy. So we're going to put a 5-speed in it. It's going to bring the shifter back some and toward the center, and well, actually in the center, which is a good thing. And we're going to move the brake pedal over, and I think that's about it. We're going to clean it up, maybe just spray the red on it black. I've got a set of wider rims for the back with wider tires, and probably just go ahead and put it for sale. No plans to keep this. Didn't really have plans to keep it when I bought it. I just want to do a few changes on it and get rid of it. So we have been moving cars around, and you know, the S10 truck, for some reason our insurance company has not contacted us. Same with this one. Both of these vehicles wasn't at fault, so the insurance company should be picking them up, but they're not. I moved a bunch around with the forklift here because we're moving some vehicles out of here. Actually crushing a few that I've gotten paperwork back on and stuff. So I can go ahead and get ready for the one-day rat rod build, or one-day hot rod build, as we're going to call it. So we're going to see what happens with that. Worked on the motorcycle just a little bit. We cleaned off the drag car so I can set the body back off of it. Trying to get a bunch of different stuff done on different things. Don't know what's next. There's going to be probably just one more video for the 59 Ford. And then there's actually a drive-in that I have never been to. I haven't been to the drive-in since I was probably 6 or 7 years old. There's one in Albemarle, and that's one of my plans, is I want to drive that car, and me and my wife go to the drive-in and just, you know, try to do a little relaxing anyway. But we're going to see how that works out. And here's the 5-speed I've picked up. Just a T5 Borg Warner. And somebody's got the V6 bell housing on it, but it's got the big spline. So it's got the V8 spline with the, so it's a V8 transmission that somebody had put in this V6 car. Not sure why, but anyway, that's what we're going to put in it. So like I said, one more video on the 59. You know, once I get the front end lowered and it'll be, you know, the finished video. and we'll probably do maybe one on this thing to get it together and finished and fixed up. And this one here, like I said, is going to roll, and then start getting ready for a rat rod build. And highway patrol inspection I thought was going to be last year. We just got our paper the other day. Give us 45 days, or within 45 days. So I've got to get everything ready for that too, and which is not a big issue there, but nothing that it's going to take any time or anything like that. Just something for me to worry about, you know. And anyway, I appreciate everybody watching, and we've got some good stuff coming up. Oh, the other thing I wanted to tell everyone, the barn finds I went and looked at. I've been talking to my buddy that owns that, and it looks like we may have worked out a deal on the 39 Chevrolet. That car was driven in that barn in 1971. His son got in an accident. Somebody hit him in the back right, and they drove it into that barn and parked it. And the deal is as far as I know, it's not quite a done deal yet, but as far as I know, I'm going to be getting it. But we're actually going to do a first start video in the barn, do whatever we've got to do to drive that thing back out of the barn, which will be 47 years after it was driven in. So we'll be filming all of it and doing videos on it. I don't know if it's going to be on a weekend. Noah will probably be with me. If not, it may be by myself. I know there's some snakes in that thing. There's a lot of snake skins around there in that barn, in the trunk of that car. So, you know, they'll be a little bit active, I guess, because it's here in North Carolina, it's already warm, but maybe we'll catch them before they get too bad, and before the weeds grow up around that barn so much that we have trouble getting it out. So we're gonna, it'll be an interesting deal. It's something I've always wanted to do, was to start one up where it sits and drive it. And anybody that's watched the video, I'll put a link in the description of the video, of this video. But anybody that hasn't watched it, the engine's not stuck in it. It's a pretty straight old car, all but the back right. And we'll get it together and maybe just be able to drive it out of there. And I'm not saying I'm going to have brakes working and everything like that. I'm just going to try to get it started, get the tires up, or get some tires on it, and then hopefully the clutch ain't stuck, and hopefully the brakes are not stuck. If they are, we'll work on it, do whatever we got to do to try to get it up and rolling out of there. And you know, like I said, it'll just be driving it out. So, all right, well, appreciate it. There should be more videos coming. So, till next time, bye.